All right. What was my hair doing? There we go. It's about all I can do, right? This loss is disappointing. There's no other way to put it. This is a disappointing loss. No more playoff for the Buckeyes, unless, of course, absolute chaos happens, which is pretty much less than impossible. Yeah. So, what do you do now? Well, first of all, I'm going to tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to sit here and yell. I'm not going to sit here and scream. I'm not going to sit here and be a fair weather fan because I've never gotten fair weather fans, dude. If you root for a team, you root for them. Don't root for them when the going is, or when the going is. You guys know what I mean. Don't be a fair weather fan. To anyone out there that is a fair weather fan, I know the comment section is going to be what it is. It's YouTube. I also know this video is going to blow up because it's YouTube, right? Look at my Alabama video, my Oregon video. Hey, look, both of them blew up. You want to know what's funny about those two videos? That's right. It's when my team lost. Welcome to the internet. It's going to happen. I know this video is going to blow up. I know the comment section is going to be what it's going to be. But yeah. I think the biggest takeaway from this game just shows how young this team is. Just shows the inexperience in this team, the potential of this team for next year's. But I'll get there. I have a lot to talk about, so prepare for this to be a little bit of a longer video for an Ohio State fan reaction. And I guess let's just go ahead and get into it. But I do want to say, I know there are people that are going to be here because it's the internet. If you've been living under a rock, welcome. You're on the internet. The internet can be a ruthless place. And I know by putting myself out there, I know I'm going to be subject to criticism now. And I'm going to be subject to criticism, to trolls, to everything like that. And for those of you that are on the internet and you get this stuff like that, don't listen to them. They're there to troll you. They're there to elicit a reaction out of you. And mainly, they're here to see me scream my head off about how much I hate this team and oh my god, this team makes me so mad. But you're not going to get it. Sorry. Let me tell you what you are going to get. You're going to get a review of this game from the eyes of a true Ohio State fan. Michigan was the better team. They played better than us. They just did. They did. Notice I'm saying us and we because true fan. I love my Buckeyes, dude. I'm not going to stop being an Ohio State fan because they lost to Michigan. It happens. You lose to your rivals sometimes. It happens. It's disappointing losing to your rivals, but this is the games that you sign up for when you become a fan of either one of these two schools. Championships on the line, Big Ten title hopes on the line. It's disappointing. Yes, but no amount of me sitting here and complaining is going to change the outcome of this game. So we're going to talk about this game. I thought CJ Stroud had a decent day. Yes, he got pressured, but that's also not him. That's on his offensive line. But there are a lot of mistakes. There are a lot of, before I talk about CJ Stroud, let's talk about this. You know what? Here, I'll match CJ Stroud first. Let's look at the stat line. 34-49, 394 yards and 2 touchdowns. Was able to shred Michigan's defense. But the thing that Michigan's defense did well was they were able to keep our receivers in front of them and not allow any huge chunk plays like 40, 50 yards downfield. Ohio State's longest play of the game was a 39-yard reception by Chris Olave. So, yeah. Ohio State did show fight in this game on the offensive end. The defense did not show a lot of fight. But I'll get there. We're still on the offense right now. The offense. CJ Stroud, again, I thought had a decent day, but really couldn't get anything going because of his offensive line. We'll get there. Henderson couldn't get a lot going. Again, like I said, Michigan's defense was able to keep Ohio State's receivers in front of themselves, or in front of them, not allowing those big plays. But this offensive line. Oh, I know Ohio State fans are going to moan and complain about this team in the comment section. But this offensive line, that's justifiable, right? Like this offensive line is so much better than that. But I mean, can't change the outcome of the game now. But this offensive line is so much better than what they showed today. Experience-wise, talent-wise, we have lots of NFL caliber talent on that offensive line, and it just didn't show today. Some bad snaps, some bad snaps, lots of false start penalties. Granted, I think 1 or 2 were on Jackson Smith, but lots of false start penalties on this line today. Yeah, just like tripping over our own shoes when we needed a big play. We could not get the plays that we needed because our offensive line was taking penalties, bad snaps, wasting downs, things like that. And they also couldn't block Hutchinson and Ojabo, which is a tough ask, right? Like that I'm not super upset about because I knew that Hutchinson, I knew Ojabo was going to be able to get pressure to Stroud and was going to be able to get through our offensive line here and there. But I didn't think it'd be as often as it did. And surely I didn't think this Ohio State, this offensive line would play this bad. Because this was a poor performance from this offensive line, period, end of story. This offensive line could have played 8 times better. Lots of penalties, shooting themselves in the foot, not getting blocking enough. Even on runs, they couldn't really, the running backs in this game, that being Henderson, Williams, they kind of had to create holes for themselves. There really was nothing that they could utilize in this game from that offensive line. Now, am I saying the offensive line is the reason we lost the game? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. It was just one key aspect of it. And I think if our offensive line could have played better, this game might have been closer. But what really hurt us was our defense, especially our defensive run game. Over the past, since the Tulsa game, since the Oregon game, we've been able to stop the run. We've averaged, I believe, 102 yards per game on the season. Really, really good rush defense. It was top 25 in the nation. But Hassan Haskins had other ideas. 28 carries, 169 yards, and 5 touchdowns. And just bullied this defense. This defense got bullied today. There was no amount of anything. Some Ohio State fans had hope and everything, and I always have hope. Don't ever tell me the odds because I've seen some crazy things happen. But yeah, just I mean, what was that? Oh well, sorry, but just this defense has played so well last week, and it wore itself out last week because they did not play well today. Especially the run defense. And that's what Michigan was doing all game. Yes, Michigan only had 190 only 190 receiving yards, but they only threw the ball 20 times because the rush game could do whatever the hell they wanted to do. Like we did not slow down this run game at all. That was going to be the key in this game, slowing down Haskins and Corum. We held Kenneth Walker to 25 yards, and I thought, hey, you know what? That's a good sign coming into this game. They're preparing well for what's coming up in the game next week, and then it just didn't show. Just did not show. My nose is itchy. Haskins ran for 5 touchdowns. Good performance from him, but a bad performance from our defense. In recent history, when you look at this game known as the game, and you just look at all of that, you look at all the stats, you look back at recent memory, the team that wins the rushing battle wins the game. And Michigan outrushed us by 233 yards. Yeah, that's not great. Our defense gave up basically 300 yards of rushing. Gave up 300 rushing yards, 297 to be exact, but basically 300, right? It's not going to win you the game, especially against great talent like Michigan has on the defensive side. Our offense showed fight. This defense just could not back up what our offense was laying out, and Michigan's defense was up to the task. They limited the big plays. They were able to take it to the Buckeyes. Yeah. This game here, it's the first time the Michigan's won in almost a decade. Well, pretty much a decade, right? And I think now I finally am feeling the pain that Michigan fans have felt for a long time. And it sucks losing to your rival, especially when you're this close to the playoff. You're one of the favorites. This Ohio State team was a team that was going to give Georgia a pretty good run if they faced in the playoffs at any point. But again, this is why you play the games. Michigan was the better team in this one. I don't feel like Ohio State played their best game. And I'm not saying like if we were to play again right now that Ohio State would win. No. But definitely did not play our best game. That is for sure. Michigan came up to the task. They were able to play. Just what else do you want me to say? I mean, really, what else do you want me to say? I thought our offense had an okay day, 458 yards of total offense. It just could not stop. It just couldn't get through this Michigan defense. And our defense, especially the run defense, could not contain Haskins, could not just couldn't contain this Michigan offense on the rushing game. Because that was the key. You have to stop the run in order to stop the pass. And they couldn't stop the run. And that's what Michigan did all game long, was pound the football, old school, just ground and pound. This offense came up with big plays when it was needed. The defense did not. And that was the thing. This game was lost in the third quarter. When Michigan scored 14 points, Ohio State didn't get any in the third quarter. That was the difference on the scoreboard right there. Now, Michigan was up by 3 at half, and I thought this was going to be a pretty good game. And for the most part, it was a pretty solid game. I mean, both teams came out here. They played good football at times, but Michigan was by far the better team in this game. I don't think Ohio State deserved this win. The officials were pretty shoddy. Like, there were some calls both ways that kind of just didn't happen. Just some late calls as well. But again, what good is it to me for talk about the officials when we weren't the better team? Which should be clear and obvious to people that watch the game. Ohio State was not the better team. And if they came away with the win here, I was going to come on here and say, like, okay, we stole one from Michigan. Except Michigan stole one from us. Yeah, Michigan stole one from us. 42-27 is your final score. And Michigan is going to be moving on to Indianapolis. It does suck. It does. Losing hurts, but complaining about it doesn't help. But yeah, this game hurts for sure. We are a New Year's Six Bowl team. We're going to be making a New Year's Six Bowl game. That is without a shadow of a doubt. Whether it's the Rose Bowl game, probably most likely. Again, Michigan probably going to go on to win the Big Ten now. They're probably going to go into the college football playoff, more likely than not. Again, they're probably going to get Wisconsin. Well, they're going to get Wisconsin or Iowa. And I think Minnesota is up. Yeah, Minnesota's up 3-0 on Wisconsin right now. So, yeah. Sorry for the silence. I'm just trying to think of what else I want to say because I know there was something else I wanted to say. I think that's it, right? That's it for the game. That's pretty much all I can say. The offensive line should have played better. The defense should have played better. This season has been crazy so far. It's going to get even crazier, I have a feeling. We still have Bedlam tonight. There are lots of good games going on right now. UTSA is not looking great against North Texas right now. They're down by 32. But this game does hurt. This game hurts. It sucks to lose to your rival, especially a rivalry as bitter as this one. But you know what? You have to give credit where credit is due. Michigan deserves credit. They came in here. They came into this game with a chip on their shoulder, especially their coach. No one wanted to win the game as much as Jim Harbaugh and his players for him. And they did. And they got it done. Looking ahead now, again, Ohio State going to a New Year's Six bowl game. They're not going to go to Indianapolis. Probably gets the Rose Bowl and a potential rematch with Oregon. So, hey, look at that, Buckeye fans. We might be able to avenge our only other loss of the year, saying that Oregon takes care of business against Oregon State. They're up right now, and then takes care of business next week against Utah. So, yeah. What the hell? Again, though, that is if they get to that is if they go. They have to take care of business with Oregon State first. Again, they're up by 14 now, so probably will take care of business. Not necessarily. So starting to look ahead to next year, which I know is a horrible thing to do right now because we still have one final game left. It is our New Year's Six bowl game, probably going to end up being the Rose Bowl, which again is still a solid place to be. You can't really be upset with going to the Rose Bowl. You can be upset with the expectations coming in, but the expectations for this team were not as high as they were in previous years. Coming into this week, yeah, they were high, but again, guys, these are just college kids. Like that's also a reason why I don't come on here and complain, because they're college kids. It's not fair to yell and scream and complain about what these kids could have done better. I'll talk about it. I'll say, yes, this offensive line could have played better. The defense could have played better. But they're just college kids. They're like me. They're in college. Like they have a life outside of football. And yes, it sucks to lose this game. And this game is going to hurt for 364 days because it is a rivalry game. But I think the main thing to take away from this game is I think this game shows how young this team is, right? This team has a lot of young parts. C.J. Stroud, Travion Henderson, Jackson Smith, and Jigba. When you look at the defense, pretty much the entirety of the defense should be coming back next year. We'll probably lose Tyreek Smith to Zach Harrison, but we still have two fantastic freshmen on that line. The linebackers were inexperienced coming into this year. They've now played through a full season, and it's a double-digit win season. The secondary is really young as well. This Ohio State team that we root for and cheer for, talking to the Buckeye fans out there, is scary good and scary young. And when you have young talent in basketball, it doesn't really work out that well because they're one and dones. But in football, you got to keep those guys around for at least 3 years. And we're still going to have Stroud, and we're still going to have Henderson next year. Jackson Smith's probably the best receiver in the nation coming into next year. But this game, I think, just shows how young, how inexperienced this team is, because in the biggest moments on the brightest stage, it could not step up when it needed to. The offense could, and it went down and kind of saved us a little bit, gave Ohio State fans a little bit of hope, but the defense could not. And again, I attribute that to not enough experience and just Michigan's offense coming in with a game plan and it working. But there's still so much talent on this team. I don't think there's talking to the Ohio State fans out there that are watching this video now, I really don't think that this team should be looked upon as a failure this year. Because why? We didn't reach the playoff. It happens. All right. It absolutely happens. Again, they're just college kids. The expectations we put on them are insane. But for this team, I'm still going to love my Buckeyes. I'm still going to root for the Scarlet and Gray through thick and thin. Even if we were 1-11, 0-12, I'm still going to love my Buckeyes. You have to give credit where credit is due. Michigan came in with a game plan. They executed it to perfection. I know there are going to be people that are going to moan and complain in the comment section, on Facebook, on Twitter, hide behind a screen. My example doesn't make better, but whatever. I'm not as arrogant as some Ohio State fans are. This loss hurts. Michigan fans, I get it. Now I know the pain of losing to your rival. I don't know the pain of losing them to 8 straight years, and I hope that doesn't happen. And what I actually hope this means is I hope this game means that the rivalry is back. I hope that this game is going to start meaning a lot down the line in future seasons. Michigan picks up the dub here. Until next year, for this game, But this team, I mean, we get another 10 win season. We're going to be going to a New Year's Six Bowl. It sucks that we're not going to be getting into the college football playoff for a chance to play for a national championship. Yes, that sucks. But what can you do? I think that's where I'm gonna leave it. I know this video is gonna blow up. I know there are gonna be people in the comment section that are going to be, well, you know, the internet. But yeah. So Ohio State fans will hold our L for the next 364 days until next year when Michigan gets to come play in Columbus. I'm excited for next year, actually, because now the rivalry, it means something. And these young guys are going to remember this game. Look, there are a lot of young guys here on this team that are going to remember this game. And they're going to be fired up to play next year in front of their home fans in Columbus. So until next year, Michigan fans, you guys played a great game. And now you're going to Indianapolis for the first time under Jim Harbaugh. Actually, I believe for the first time in quite a bit. Is this Michigan's first Big Ten championship game? Crazy. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here. Let me know what you guys thought of the season, thought of the game in the comment section below. I thought overall, for how young this team is, this was a very good season. For how young this team is, this is a good season. The expectations put upon them were high, yes. And they probably couldn't meet a lot of Ohio State fans' expectations, but mine, again, I predict them to go undefeated at the beginning of the year. But once I saw how this team was playing, I thought, hey, a Big Ten championship would be great. Playoffs would be great. But I think a New Year's Six Bowl, a possible trip to the Rose Bowl is good as well. So again, let me know what you guys think. I'm going to keep cheering on my Buckeyes, Ohio State fans. I hope you guys keep cheering on your Buckeyes as well through thick and thin. Enjoy the rest of your college football Saturday, or try to, at least, Ohio State fans. I know this loss is going to hurt. Congratulations, Michigan fans. Congratulations to Jim Harbaugh. This loss is going to hurt. It is. It's going to hurt. I'm going to hear it from friends. I'm going to hear it from family. You guys out there are going to hear it from friends, going to hear it from family, going to hear it from family. Going to hear it from people you probably don't expect to hear it from, but there are always those people that are going to give you ish for losing this game. But don't let it get to you too much, Buckeye fans. Michigan did come in. They were the better team. If we would have lost this game and looked like the better team, I might have come on here a little bit more upset, but I didn't think we deserved to win this game. It was Michigan's game to win here. We will be back, Michigan fans, assure you that. I'm just glad that the rivalry, it might be back. So that's going to do it for me. I know I said that a lot, but that's finally going to do it. I told you this video is going to be longer, going on 24 minutes now. So for those of you that watched the entire thing, I thank you. This was Ohio State fan reaction, game 12 to Michigan. Buckeyes, we lose 42-27. We're going to hold our L's, and I'll hold mine proudly. And until our New Year's Six bowl game selection, we'll find out where we're going to be. Remember to play hard, but tailgate harder. OHIO. See you guys later. Bye.